What if you could walk through Paris before it became Paris? What if the City of Lights, the most romanticized city on Earth, was once a dark, overcrowded medieval maze of crumbling streets and rotting buildings? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what Paris looked like in the early 1800s, and the single man whose obsession completely erased it. Stay with me, because what Napoleon did to this city will genuinely shock you. It's 1800. Napoleon Bonaparte has just seized power in France, and Paris, the capital of his empire, is an embarrassment. The streets are narrow, some barely wide enough for two people to pass. The air smells of sewage and smoke. Buildings lean so far over the roads they nearly touch overhead, blocking out the sun entirely. Disease spreads easily here. Riots break out constantly. The city is nearly impossible to control, militarily or politically. Napoleon walks these streets and sees something very different from what his citizens see. He doesn't see poverty. He sees a problem to be solved. He sees a city that needs to be reimagined, and reimagine it he will. Napoleon's vision for Paris was nothing short of extraordinary. He wanted a city worthy of the greatest empire in the Western world. Wide, commanding boulevards, monumental architecture, a city that projected power just by existing. He began immediately. The Rue de Rivoli, one of Paris's most iconic streets, was his first major project. Stretching alongside the Louvre and the Tuileries Gardens, it was designed to be grand, uniform, and unmistakably imperial. Arcaded walkways, identical facades, a street that felt like a statement. Then came the bridges. Napoleon commissioned several new bridges across the Seine, connecting the city's fragmented neighborhoods and allowing troops and trade to move freely for the first time. He built the Canal de l'Ourcq to solve Paris's chronic water shortage. He numbered the houses, something that had never been done before. He installed the first proper sewer system the city had ever seen. But perhaps his most visible obsession was monuments. Napoleon understood something that few rulers before him had grasped so clearly. Architecture is propaganda. The Arc de Triomphe, commissioned in 1806, was designed to honor the soldiers of the French Empire. Standing at the top of the Champs-Élysées, it would become the symbolic heart of the city, visible from miles away, impossible to ignore. The Vendôme column, the Temple de la Gloire, the elephant fountain he planned but never finished at the Place de la Bastille. Every stone Napoleon placed in Paris was a message. This empire is eternal. This city is its throne. Here's what makes Napoleon's transformation of Paris so remarkable. He didn't finish it. Much of what we associate with modern Paris, the wide boulevards, the sweeping urban design, was actually completed decades later by Baron Haussmann under Napoleon III. But the vision, the ambition, the template, that came from the first Napoleon. He planted the seed of a new Paris in just 15 years of power, and that seed grew into one of the most recognizable cities in human history. When you walk down the Champs-Élysées today, when you stand beneath the Arc de Triomphe and look out across the city, you're standing in Napoleon's imagination made real. The Paris you know, the Paris that has appeared in thousands of films, paintings, and love stories, was designed. It was willed into existence by a man who refused to accept the city as it was. That is the paradox at the heart of Napoleonic Paris. A city built to glorify one man's empire outlasted that empire by 200 years. The emperor is gone. The monuments remain. And every year, millions of people travel from across the world not to see France, but to see his city. That's the power of building for eternity. Paris 1800s, Napoleon's city, transformed forever.